Gilbert. I want to welcome you to my live call tonight with a question. Do you have this prospect list? What exactly is that? And for those of you that do not know me, I've been involved in network marketing now for 40 years. Actually, it's getting about 41. I started in this business totally broke, sold a junk truck to get started. And for the last 27 years, I've been living, or actually been involved in network marketing full time. So it's been a great career, and maybe it could be for you. So keep listening if that interests you. I'm going to give some acknowledgments out to those who are joining right now, and let's see who's coming out of the woods, coming to the campfire. It's Charles. And Charles, tell your wife I'm going to answer her messenger. I've been so covered up today, but it's on my thing to do here in a little bit. Jody from Alabama. Charles was from Georgia. Annyeonghaseyo, South Korea. Wendy, what's up, girl? Good to see you in Nashville. She's in Music City right there. Ciro in Salt Lake City. And Paula, nice to see you as well. Good to see you well. And Flavio, nice to see you. Yes, my Korean friend. I cannot read your Korean characters. Good to see you. Lupita from Texas. Good to see you. And who else is out there? Is that Chona? Chona? I don't know what country you're from, but welcome to the call. Judy, nice to see you. Maria in Australia. Got an Aussie here. Nice to see you on the call. You're the furthest one out so far. Anna in Florida, good to see you. And who else is joining? Olenia Sullivan in Tennessee. Yeah, my kind of state. Eva, good to see you. Nice to see you too. Daniette in Michigan. Welcome to the call. Good to see you again. Paula in Florida, good to see you. And Fazell, is that right? I hope got to get my eyes to work. And Samantha, nice to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Anthony, good to see you in the Philippines. Absolutely. Nice to see you on the call tonight. I hope everybody's having, and of course, if you're over in the Philippines or in Australia, it's a good day, isn't it? Hey, AJ, thank you. You're very sweet. I hope you have a great time with your family tomorrow. Nice to see. I forgot where AJ's from. Well, eventually I'll get that in my memory. Jenny, nice to see you. Jenny in Florida, good to see you. Yeah, in Orlando, Florida, that's right. And Renee from Ohio, good to see you as well. You know, I found out last Sunday, AJ's in Arkansas. I got some great memories on Arkansas. Do as a kid, man. I remember one time hanging out with the band there. That was a lot of fun because I was a young musician back then. But hey, Rick from the state of Maine, good to see you. And anyway, I found out last Sunday when I tried to do a split call into a Facebook group because I was going to do a coaching call, there wasn't a split call feature like it usually is. You know what I mean? Like bring a friend on, you push that button. And I sent Ray Higdon a message. I said, hey, is Facebook, did they do away with the split screen Facebook Live calls? And he messaged me back an article that said they did. They have terminated our split screen calls. Yeah, that's right, Wendy. Can't do the dual lives anymore. That feature doesn't work. So I had to get real creative, and so that's what I did. And so it worked out. And, we did a Zoom call right into the page. So for those of you that are not techie, and I'm not techie, okay, but when you're under pressure and under a gun, you're going to learn really fast, and that's what I did. And so all I did was copy and paste the link to the call right into a post on in the group as if I was posting, and that's it. It went right in there just perfect. So if you're wondering what do, that's what you do, okay? It's just one of those things, but we got the coaching calls. So there was 3 people I coached, and so that worked out great. So, when I was talking about in this subject on your prospect list, do you have this list? I want you to rethink what a prospect list is. And I should have brought my old list in here. Oh, darn, I missed. That would have been cool. But anyway, I still have my original list, right? I'm talking about that list is, that list is probably almost 30 years old, okay? But I still have it. And I laugh when I look at it. And if you looked at it, you'd think, how in the world would he have ever sponsored anybody, right? It's a messy list. But that was my prospecting list, and that's always what I referred to. I mean, that was not the age of social media, right? So, so I just had it in a notebook, and that's what I did. I had everything written down on a notebook, and people, their phone numbers, notes on what we talked about, things like that. That was my list. And a lot has changed and evolved since then. I still recommend that you have a written list. Either written by hand, or if you want to just type it out, whatever, and just keep it in your iPad or in your laptop, that's fine. But have a written list. My good friend Angel Fletcher has a spreadsheet, okay? And she's totally insane, okay? So there's different ways you can do it. But what I want you to understand, and I believe in this, that when we sponsor new people in this business, this is my position, okay? And hear me out on this, okay? And I'll tell you why. That I think it's a real big mistake when you sponsor people to throw them right into social media, to tell them that what they need to do is immediately start posting on their page about their company and their products, and you need to go after everybody that's in your friend list on your page. That's a recipe for a disaster. Because once they have done that, and I'll get more into why not do that, but once they've done that, it's just going to be slow. It's not like warm market. Warm market is fast. It's very quick. Why? Because you have credibility with people. You have relationships with people. You leverage on those relationships. I can remember back in the 80s when a friend of mine called me, and we have been involved in some business deals before. Not network marketing, just business. And he just had the Midas touch. The Midas touch means everything he touched went to gold. And so one day he called me and he said, I need to show you something. And I said, okay, is money to be made? He said, lots of money is to be made. I said, well, then you better get over here in a hurry. That's trust marketing. Trust marketing. That's warm marketing. That's how it works. Try to do that in Facebook with a stranger and see how that's going to fly. They're going to look at you as, are you a scammer? What are you? It's hard. So that's the reason why when we bring in new people, I want them making that list. And whether they write it, type it, I don't care. But I don't want them going on their page and thinking this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to jump into social media. There's 2 billion people in Facebook, and by God, they're going to be in my downline tonight. I don't want them having that attitude or thinking that way, because what's going to happen is no one's going to join them, and then they're not going to make any money, and then they're going to quit you. They're going to quit you. They're going to get discouraged very quick. And that's the reason why a warm market list, when you start a new person out, that's what they need to tap into, is that warm market. So having said that, then that's where they begin. Is there ever a point then that they start using Facebook, Instagram, whatever platforms are out there at the time? When do they engage in it? They engage in it when they have pretty much exhausted their warm market list. And that's going to take some time, isn't it? That's going to take some time. See, what I want to do, I want to get them making money really quick. So the quickest way to get them money in their hands is that prospect list, that written list. That's the quickest way. Once I've got them locked in is anywhere from $500 to a month to $1,000, and then pretty much they're in the game, because now they believe you that this works. This works if they work it. This works if they keep working it. And you have them in the game, and that's the key thing that you have to do. And so, but once they get to a point, and then now you've got them making some really good money, good enough money, that they're with you forever, then at that point, they're going to see the need to eventually find new people, put themselves out there, what we call attraction marketing. And so then they're going to move into a different kind of list. Now, they're still going to have their list, right? But I'm talking about a different list, and that's your digital marketing list, or your digital marketing page. That's your Facebook page in this case. You can throw in Instagram in there as well if you're an Instagram person. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is how different ways that you can do this and prospect people. So here's what I want you to understand, is that when people come to your Facebook page, for example, and we'll say Facebook because we're all on Facebook now. When they come to your Facebook page, what does it tell them about you? I mean, when I get a lot of friend requests, I laugh when I look at some people's pages. It's totally crazy, right? But what does it tell them about you? And why is that important? Because, in other words, how are you showing up? And how would you attract people to that? See, here's the thing we have to keep in mind, and this is most important if you want to become very successful in network marketing. Before people buy your product, they need to buy you. Before people buy your opportunity, they need to buy you. People that join companies with you, when you prospect people and they join your company, will quit. But if they join you, they will stay with you forever. That's been my experience. They have to buy you before they buy your product. They have to buy you before they buy the opportunity. So what are you selling? You're not selling herbs, vitamin, minerals, lotions, potions, cleaning products. That's not what you're selling. What you're selling is you. And you got to get that in your head. That's most important. And when you look at your Facebook page or your Instagram or your LinkedIn, whatever it is, it's got to be selling you. You are the most important product in your company. You. And that's the thing that we have to understand, is that once people are sold on you, and you may say, well, nah, Jeff, I just got in this. I don't feel that strong. I don't feel that strong. I understand that. When do you want to feel strong? A year from now? 2 years from now? When do you want to start making money in network marketing? 2 years from now? 3 years from now? Or do you want to just get started with it, okay? See yourself as you want to see yourself. See yourself as you want to be. And you got to sell that on your page, what you are. Now, I'm not saying you got to be some movie star, be something you're not. I'm not talking about that. Be a phony. I'm not talking about being phony. Be authentic. There have been some incredible people that I've met who are very authentic on their page, goofy as it may look. And they got millions of followers. It's unreal. And how they got the millions of followers was just being relatable to people. They're like, oh my gosh, that's me, that's me. I thought my kids were the only ones who did that to their mother, right in front of everybody on Facebook. Okay. You know, it's not as hard as we make it harder than it really is. So let's get into some things, okay? So now that we got that understood, that your Facebook page, you need to look at it as your digital marketing prospect list. And it's selling you. That's where we're starting this, okay? And let's just cover some things about it, okay? I think that's important because, again, the speed that we end this year is the speed that we begin next year. You remember me saying that before? And if you don't have speed, if we're going to just take off for the whole entire month of what's left of November and then December and try to wake everybody up in January, you're really not going to get started again until February. Do you really want that? I hope not. So again, your page is very important because it represents you. You know, just sort of look at it like a resume, right? If you went to a company and you had a resume, you know, what would it say on it? What would it tell that company or, you know, about you? What does it say about you? That's the important thing. So what if on your resume you had someone else's picture? Have you ever noticed that? You know, I sometimes I look at people's Facebook page and their profile picture is a group of people, and I'm thinking, okay, you sent me a friend request. I see 4 people in the picture. Which one are you? Okay. Then I just go to pictures. I go to photos, their photos, and I hit profile. But I notice all their profile pictures has groups of people. Well, are you the black one, or are you the white one, or are you male or female? Because I can't tell by the name. It's, you know, it's not Debbie or John. You know, it's nothing like that, right? And it's like, what exactly are you? Or I get a friend request sometimes from somebody, and their profile cover, that's the big picture in the back, right? Is a dog, and then their profile picture is a cat. And I remember messaging somebody, I said, I'm very confused. Thank you for sending me a friend request, but are you a cat or are you a dog? I'm confused. You know, I was having fun with it, you know. In other words, the profile picture needs to be you. It needs to be you. So just pick the best one that you're happy with and use that one, okay? Now there's times that it's okay to include yourself with someone else. I remember when Eric Worre, a year ago, had me come and speak at the GoPro Mastery event in Las Vegas. I had a picture with me and Eric together. So just for that week, I changed my profile picture and put me and Eric in there. Or I've done that with Ray Higdon when Ray had me down in Florida, and you know, so it was me and Ray. That's okay for that week, but then you need to change it back to you. They need to know you. Who are you? And that's the important thing. And so pictures can tell people a lot. And then here's the other thing too. If you do have a profile picture, how long has it been there? You know, I'm serious. I've got, you know, I love my sponsor, but he's got the same old profile picture he's had for 5 years. Still there. Still there. No, you need to change them out. Sometimes I change them with the seasons, because if it's winter here in the United States, maybe I'll have a winter shot. I'll be wearing a coat or something like that. If it's the summer, I might be down at the beach. It might be just a beach shot. If I'm in a particular country, then I might want to just change my profile picture that reflects, you know, where I am. You know, you can get creative with those things, but here's the thing. Keep in mind that Facebook creates good viewership, if you will, of those kind of pictures when you post them. The algorithm is built that way. That's the reason why you don't want to keep the same old picture all the time. So change it out. Change it out. And then let's talk about your summary. That's who you are, okay? So in there, it's going to be a description about you. Just give a brief description about yourself. Just enough. It can be nice and short. That's all it has to be. Now, here's something you don't want to do, and this happens all the time, and I see people do this. And that is, don't go into Facebook, for those of you that are new, or for those of you that, well, that just do this, don't go in there with the objective of maxing it out. Maxing it out is not going to give you an audience. Matter of fact, the more you have, the less results you're going to get. So, you know, the objective is not to have 5,000. The objective is to see if you can even get 500 to look at what you post. And that's generally, if you did have 5,000 in your network, and that's where it maxes out, people can follow you. That's unlimited on your page, right? And I'll talk about why you need to use that feature in a little bit. But when it comes to, yeah, you're maxed out at 5,000, it's about 10% or less, probably more like 6 or 7 that ever see anything you post. So don't think that the greater numbers you have, the more people you have, the greater results you're going to have. That's not it. Now, having said that, this is why you don't do that. A lot of times people, when they have a Facebook page, they start filling it with distributors. All distributors in their network, people that they meet at convention, people that they met in Facebook, and people in, of course, in their downline, in their upline, in their sidelines. They just max it out with those kind of people. I'm going to tell you in a little bit why you don't want to do that, and the best thing you can do is get rid of them. Ooh. What? Yeah. I'm going to talk about that, but I'm just saying don't do that. What you want to do is you want to leave plenty, and this goes back to the theme that about a different prospect list. You want to have availability and space for your prospects, people that have not joined you. And what have you got in your mouth? Okay, I don't know how to do bubbles. I don't. That's Arthur. Anyway, so you want to leave space for prospects, people that you're going to meet in Facebook, people that you're going to meet in public. By the way, when you're experiencing all the shopping that's going on, and you're going to be shopping when you're out in public, whether you're shopping at Starbucks or whatever, I want to challenge you. I mean, I really want to challenge you to talk to the person next to you in the line. Do you ever talk to anybody when you meet strangers at stores? Do you do that, Arthur? Yes or no? No? Okay, why? Because of this in his hands. No, that's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you looking at your phone when you're standing in line. I want you talking to the person next to you. That's my challenge to you. And then just, open it up with a compliment. That's all you got to do. Find something to compliment. Now, guys, don't compliment guys on their shoes, okay? Okay? They might think you're weird, okay? Women, you can get away with that, okay? Or compliment them on their bags or whatever else that you like. But find something to compliment them on, and then add them to your digital prospect list. That is, at the end of the conversation, it goes like this. Gee whiz, I really enjoyed speaking with you. I don't know that I'll ever see you again. Do you use Facebook? Oh, you do? Could we add one another and stay in touch? I'd like to keep our conversation going. Oh yeah, man, let's do it. It works every time. So again, you got to leave space. If you fill up if you max out your page at 5,000, and most of that is distributors in your company, you don't have a prospecting list. And it's like preaching to the choir. It's like a Christian trying to convert a Christian into Christianity. They're already in. So what are you doing? Okay? Rethink your page. Rethink and understand it's a list, okay? And that's the reason why you want to fill it with prospects. So the thing is, now, here's another thing that I want you to do, and that is, what? Okay. Yeah, but I've got to do this. So I'll see you later. See, working from home is really tough. So here's the other thing too, is make sure that when you add friends to your page, and you will have distributors, and I'm not saying don't have distributors in your company in there. I think it's great because they're going to to get involved and engage in your posts, you need activity. If it looks like a ghost town and you add a prospect to your ghost town, he's scared of ghosts, right? He's going to leave, right? He's not going to be interested. He'll opt out. So, but when you have your friends, your friends added, make sure it's closed. Don't have it open. Don't have it where somebody can come in there and review your friend list and see who you have. Because these might be people that are in your downline, some of them. It's okay to have some, really, it is. But understand then some people with, wrong motives might want to prospect them about their company. And then you got people in your downline being prospected about another company. That is not cool, okay? So definitely close that so that, no one can do that. See, here's the thing that we got to understand is that in the beginning, it's great to have some of your distributors in your friend network supporting what you post. And when prospects come in and they say, oh, wow, engagement's pretty good here. This guy or this woman must be pretty sharp, must know what she's talking about. They see, this person seems to have a following. It makes you look good. So in the beginning, it's okay. Eventually, there's going to come a time that what you're going to want to do is have your distributors, and I do this too, as much as I love people that are distributors in my network, and certainly I make, my income comes from them, right? And so does yours on your distributors. I prefer that most that are not my immediate leaders, who are not my drivers, follow me. There's that function on the page, and I'll send them a message. Hey, I'm almost maxed out, man. Thanks for the friend request. I really appreciate you. Love you. You're really awesome. What I want you to do is I want you to click follow me. And now this is important, friends, and I forgot to mention this. On your page, which is your prospect list, your digital prospect list, make sure it's a public setting. Have it in public. Don't have it in friends only. Why? Here's why. Because nobody can share your content. If you want your content shared and you want other people looking at you, that can't happen if it's not in a public setting. It must be set public, okay? And that way, anybody can get on your Facebook Live calls, can go to your page, see what you're all about. But if you're closed off, if you got it locked where outsiders can't see you and your page is selling you, how are they ever going to how are you going to get new people to look at you? So I see this a lot on a lot of people's pages, is that it's not set in a public setting. So make sure you do that. So again, on your page, what does it say about you? Does it talk about you or does it talk about your company? Again, I see this all the time in people's pages. They're posting about their company. They're posting about their product, but they're not posting much about themselves. It's like they're a constant infomercial. It doesn't work and it doesn't make sense. So the thing about it is what you want to do is basically show up and show what you and your family are doing. What are you about? Things that excite you. Maybe an article that you just read had to do something. I was on a call today when I was at Chick-fil-A. I had one of my leaders call me from Chicago. Awesome guy. And he's a hockey coach, great hockey coach. And he's new to network marketing, but he's doing a good job. He's got a nice downline, but he's still new. And so he's like, hey, I'm very close to a rank position. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And I said, let me see, you're in Chicago, you're a hockey coach. Are there any Facebook groups that are hockey groups in Chicago? He said, tons. Why aren't you in those groups? Why? And I never thought about it. I said, why not get in those groups? Start making friends. You're going to post about things that they're interested in. They're going to see it on your page. You can engage in that group. You can send them a friend request, start getting the relationship going. And then, oh, by the way, I just found a product that helps me recover after a long day on the ice. I got this great recovery product, or I got this great protein product, whatever. You know, if you haven't found anything like that, let me know. I'll share some information with you. Then they're like, hey, yeah, man, share the information. Yeah, okay. And then you go from there to, hey, are you open to a side gig? Can you use some, a second stream of income coming into your life? Would that interest you? That's it, friends. And see, to get results, we have to really engage in their page. We don't just want them engaging in our page. We're not, we're waiting for them to like our material, that we're waiting for them to comment on our material. No, the best way to do that is go to their page, make some comments, and what are they going to do? Go to your page too. And when they do comment, we can do what? Give it some love. Give it not just a like. Hold your finger down for a fraction of a second more. Give it an emotion, a wow, some love, something like that, or laughter, ha ha, something, but give it something. That's the whole point of what we're doing here, is that we want to create, we want to be social. We want to be social. That's what this is about, social media, right? So here's the thing. When it comes to content, going back there, why we don't want to post about our products. I'm going to tell you, people that I see do that, you see 1 like, 2 likes, no likes. We have to keep in mind, people came to Facebook not to buy something. They didn't come here to buy. And if we're just posting about our products, we're a constant infomercial. Just imagine if, like that TV in the background, right? It's got a game going on? Yeah, it's a game going on, okay? So just imagine if when I turned that TV on, it was one commercial after another commercial after another commercial. What am I going to do? I'm going to take the remote and change the channel, right? And so when people come to your page, okay, and they're they're waking up, and all of a sudden there you appear, and you're showing the product. You're talking about the product. What do? Scroll. And then the next time they come by and they sit, they scroll. And that's it. And that's all they do is scroll. People rarely ever buy. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is, if we start doing that, we're announcing, because a lot of the people in your network before you join your network marketing company are friends, family, neighbors, acquaintances, whatever, people that you've worked with and all that. And now we've put everybody on red alert that we just joined one of those. That is one of those, some critics call pyramids, okay? And it's not a pyramid, but we put them all on alert. This is what we've done. And then we wonder why they don't take our phone calls, and it's going to voicemail, and then they're not answering our messages because they did the research. We gave them the name of the company. They Googled it. And then they found some disgruntled distributors who never worked it, and they just want to blame, your company, your opportunity, because it did not pay them, because they did not work, and it's things like that. That's what you want to avoid. That's the key thing. So don't put them on red alert. Now here's another reason why you don't want to post about your products, because there's always the temptation to make product claims. Or if you're in a health and wellness company, for example, it can be true in a cosmetic company or a skincare company, if you will, and that is to make health claims and all that. And it might be very, very true what you're saying. There's no question about that. That's for your Facebook secret groups, friends. That's the place where you want to share your stories, but never on your profile page in Facebook, because the regulatory people, the watchdog groups, will see it, and it may be true, but it doesn't matter. They're going to say that you're claiming it's a drug and things like that, and then then it can get you in trouble. It can get your company in trouble. So again, another reason why not to do it. But I like to slant this more toward the positive reasons, not the negative, because that's the negative. The positive reason is you're selling you, so don't be a constant infomercial about your product. That's never going to sell. And I'm telling you, you will not get results. I've seen this with so many people. They do it and they go nowhere. You want to create mystery. You want to create curiosity. but it's okay on your page to mumble. It's okay to mumble. And what do I mean by mumble? Mumble means you're talking about, let's say you ladies, let's say you're doing, you're in a gym and you're talking about a workout that you're doing, and you just love going to the gym. A lot of people love going to a gym. But and after you explain what the workout was all about, then you go, and I finally found me a protein product that really is helping me reach my fitness goals. If you haven't found one that's working for you and you want to know about this, just private message me and I'll be glad to help you out. And oh, by the way, you see that lady over there, that trainer, and blah, blah, blah. Then you go, but that's mumbling. And then people are going, what? They got a protein product that's helping her reach her goals, and she looks good. She looks not just good, she looks totally awesome. And next thing you know, you're getting messages. Your messenger's getting filled up. So you never said anything about the name of your company. You never said anything about the name of your product. You never said it was network marketing. You just mumbled. Get good at mumbling. You can mumble on your page all you want. Don't do it too much, okay? I'm saying twice a week, maybe that's okay. But don't make it, because if you mumble too much, then it is an infomercial. They're going to go, wait a second, what are they doing? And that's the thing. The main thing is find something you're passionate about and share it. And then share what you're doing with your family if you go on a trip or if you're shopping, I mean, my wife Michelle's crazy. I mean, she'll do Facebook Lives anywhere. I mean, literally anywhere. I'm like, oh, wow. Sometimes I'll have to tell you this one story, though. It's funny because about her doing that, because when we were on Mackinac Island, this is an island just outside of Michigan, and we were staying at the Grand Hotel, and I went out golfing, and I was with both my sons. We had 2 golf carts, and so my youngest son, Arthur, I let him drive. I just was going to let him drive. I thought that'd be cool. We went all the way up to the top of this hill, and then what happened was that after I did a beautiful job, which I'm not that good at golf, but I hit this ball right, and it went like a missile, and I felt so proud. And I jumped in that cart, and I said, come on, let's go. And my other son just took off. Then it was in reverse, not forward, and he goosed it. When he did, it was going off a cliff, and I yelled, stop, stop, stop. And then I put out my leg to stop us from rolling off that. And it caught between, the golf cart and a tree, which smashed my leg. I mean, smashed it. I mean, and then I didn't want him to do anything else. I said, go find your brother. Don't move the cart. So anyway, long story short, he comes, he helps me. He pushes the cart off the tree, gets it into the safety. Then I told him, just keep golfing. I'll take care of myself. And then I drove to the shop, and then the guy came out because I could not walk. And then he got a wheelchair. I felt so stupid. Anyway, and so brings me out to front of the shop, and here comes my wife, and they don't have cars on Mackinac Island, okay? No cars. It's you either walk, ride a bicycle, ride a horse, or ride a buggy, right? Or a wagon. She comes up with a tour group in a wagon, doing a Facebook Live, and then here he's wheeling me out in a wheelchair, and she's looking at me, and she just keeps the live going. She says, what did you do, honey? How did you hurt yourself? I said, you're doing a Facebook Live? Oh, no, man. So then they go get a wagon, and that's how they took me to ER, was in a wagon. Okay. So I survived it, okay? But you know what? It was funny to a lot of people. So just showing up and being authentic on your pages, I'm telling you, it's just, people love that stuff. Just be you. You don't have to be somebody that you're not. So now here's the other thing, and that is, how often should you post on your page? You're going to get different answers on that. I mean, some people really get crazy with this posting. And, I hear some people, well, a lot of them, will say at least 3 times a day, at least 3 times a day. You know what I find? It's not quantity Facebook wants. It's quality. That's what they want. So just keep in mind that if all you did is post once a day, and that's all you did, And I do that a lot of times myself, just post once a day. Just engage in the post. What Facebook wants is they want people talking. They want engagement. Have you ever noticed if you go into the back of the analytics in a Facebook group, okay? I can go to the back of a group because I'm an admin, and Facebook has this one feature on those who engage the most. You know, your top contributors to a group. It can show you, I don't know, what is it, 20 or more? Anyway, but I like to post the top 10 contributors in a group. And what we have to understand is that's not the top 10 or those 10 people that posted the most in the group. It's the people who engaged the most in the group. That is comments and things like that. That tells you a lot about the algorithm. So in your Facebook profile page, just understand this. Multiple postings only compete against one another. That's right. That's what happens when you post too much, is they're competing, and you're not going to get much viewership when you do that. They're just not going to give it. So you have to understand, if you only post once, and as people comment, you comment to their comments, that's what they want. They want a conversation going. Yeah, it's people talking. You mean I actually have to talk to people, Jeff? Yes, you do. And I want you to do it this week at Starbucks. I also want you to do it when you shop. I want you to talk. You know, it's not, people got it down to just, you know, messaging and autoresponders and just, you know, machines. Forget it. You got to talk. And so Facebook, the algorithm is going to reward you if you are just doing that. It wants engagement. And here's the other thing too. Sometimes if you don't know what to post, how many of you ever go to memories? You ever go to memories? And so I love memories because most of what you posted a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, you go back there, you can do something that I call repurposing content. Repurposing content. And that is, let's just say, you know, you're just having one of those days, you know you need to post something, but you just don't know what to post. You're not in the mood. You don't feel like it, whatever. You're a human being, okay? You're entitled to those feelings, all right? Then all you have to do is go to memories, look for something that was educational that you posted last year, and what you do is don't share it. Whatever you do, don't reshare it. Don't do that. What I want you to do is download it and then upload it again, because the algorithm will treat it as original content. And your viewership will go way up with that versus just a share. It's okay to, when you find content, if you want to share it to your page, you know, if you like a Facebook live call, you know, a training, share it to your page. That's okay. But if someone goes to your page and everything that they see on your page is shared content, that means you're not original. There's not, again, it goes back to who are you? You know, is there anything coming out of you? And so when you're having those days and you just don't know where, you know, go into memories. Every day, check memories and see what you have, but don't share it. What I want you to do is download. If it's a photo, download it. If it's a written article piece that you made, a paragraph or two, I want you to copy and paste. So you upload the photo, copy and paste it right back. And then everybody's going, oh, wow, man, I never read this before. Of course they didn't pay attention that day when you posted it a year or 2 years ago, okay? They weren't paying attention that day. But they're going, man, she's such a rock star. This girl's unbelievable. And all you had to do is just go to memories. You didn't have to come up with, you don't always have to come up with new material. You can repurpose content on your page. So now here's another not to do thing I want you not to do. Don't allow others to post on your page. Don't do that. You're setting yourself up for problems if you do that. I see people do that all the time. I get a friend request and then I say, okay, then I scroll down at their page before I accept their friend request, and the first post I see is someone else. And I look at the next one, that's someone else. And I look at the next one, someone else. And then I look, oh, shared content, something that person shared. Okay, I scroll, is there anything that they posted? that's original from them. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Well, this person is really not into Facebook, are they? Is that the kind of person I really want to connect with? You see what I'm saying? I don't add those people. I don't. In other words, I want to see people really engaged with Facebook, or why do I want them in my network? I really don't want them in my network. So that's something that you have to really consider. And here's the thing, I learned a lesson from this years ago when I was new to Facebook, and I allowed people to post on my page. One day, this guy posted some nudity, yes, pornography, right on my page. And then finally somebody brought it to my attention. Hey, Jeff, have you looked at your page lately? No, man, I haven't looked at it in a few days. What's up? Go to your page. I'm like, oh my God, you know, And of course I unfriended that guy and I sent him a very strong message. Then I deleted it. And then I learned that I could put it, you know, in my settings that people can't post on my page. And that's what, I never changed it since. So don't do that or you're going to embarrass others. So, you know, if Facebook then rewards you for engagement, how do you get engagement? You're going to have to, number one, start engaging with others. That is, go to their pages, engage with them. They'll come to your page as well. I want you to get good at doing that every day. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Just spend some time on it. Sometime. Even if it's only 15 minutes a day. Get it going. Get the ball going. Then you can reach out to them and see if they're open to looking at what you do. But that's how you're going to have to get this ball rolling, is start engaging with other people. And then, again, give them some love. When you engage with their stuff, give them an emotion, give them a heart, give them a ha-ha, whatever the emoji is, give it to them. And then comment to what they post. You know, it amazes me when I see this with Facebook Lives and things like that. I look at how other people, when they put a live out, I'll go into the comments to see, do they engage with the people who comment about their live? And I see so little engagement from the person who did the live. I'm like, you know what? You are missing it. This is all about you. You're not into them. You're into you. That won't work. Again, our page, we want to sell you, right? That's important. But the only way you can sell you is if you're into them. And that's what we have to understand. And if we start doing that, then they're going to take an interest in you. And then when they look at what you are about, what you post about, they're going to go, wow, it's like the guy I talked to that does hockey. He's a hockey coach, okay? I said, okay, man, you got a major network there in Chicago. You want to find distributors? You want to find people interested in your product? You want to find people who want to do a side gig and join your business? Then just show up as you. They're interested in the into that. And then you can start mumbling. You can start mumbling about your product and then reach out to them after you've engaged with their pages and see if they're open to it. So, and then here's the other thing. If you want engagement, the best thing you can do is get rid of all that dead wood. Yes, the algorithm's going to judge you. It's going to judge you whether you're popular or unpopular, right? So if you add a lot of people, if you fill up your page with 5,000 people, and I have to go back and from time to time I review my page too, and I have to delete people out of it. But if it's filled up with a lot of people that are not interested in you, they're not interested in what you post. If they're not engaging with you, go in there with a chainsaw, okay? I want you to get rid of some of that dead wood. Get rid of those people out of there that never show up on your page. It doesn't matter. They're not engaging anyway. You're not losing anything. And you're going to see that when you get rid of that dead wood, all of a sudden your engagement is going to go up. It's going to go up. And this is the way you're always, people that engage with you now, a year from now, they're not going to engage with you. Some are. Some are, you know, you're going to create your own tribe because of your own vibe, right? And they're going to relate to you. Those people will stay with you, but others won't. And when they don't, review it, do that, do that from time to time and take them out. Take them out and your engagement will go up. And then as you grow your network and you want to expand your Facebook network, which is your prospect list. This is your digital prospect list. You went from traditional written prospect list to digital prospect list, okay? As you do that over a period of time, you're going to want to have, when distributors reach out to you, just send them a copy paste message. Hey man, thanks for sending me a friend request. That is totally awesome. Here's the thing. What I'm asking you to do is follow me. My page is in a public setting, which means you can see anything I got. You can click see first. You won't miss my live calls. You won't miss my postings. We are connected, okay? But here's what I want you to do. I want you to do the same thing too. I want you to use your Facebook page as a prospect list, not for friends, family, neighbors so much, and your distributors, though I do agree your key influencers, your drivers, should be in your Facebook network always. But I'm talking about outside of that. Those people and because eventually when you get thousands, and believe me, you'll max it out fast. Just follow me. Just tell them, say follow me, but leave plenty of room on your page for your prospects. You got to train your people how to use that page and see it as valuable, real estate. It's a prospect list, and that's the way you need to view it. So keep those things in mind, that again, we have to learn these things. And the only people that are going to learn these things are people that are serious about this business. Look, I'm 60, it's coming up in January. I'll be 64. And I'm teaching a lot of you young people this. You should be teaching me this. If a guy like me can learn this, you can learn this. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. But you need to know it, because this, again, every decade we go through paradigm shifts, right? And methodology always changes how we do the business. Now, that doesn't mean the traditional way we did the business, that's gone. It's not. It's now we got more tools in our toolbox. And we have to add these methods, these ways, these technologies, these platforms that we call tools now in our box. And we have to understand how the tools work. And that's all there is to it. It's not complicated. But we got to pay attention. And we got to use some common sense. Be social in social media, as you should be, the way your parents raised you. Hi, hello, how are you doing? It's what we do in life with people, right? Now, a lot of people are like robots now. It's like these things have just made them just like brain dead, right? Okay? Talk to people. When you're shopping, talk to people. Add them to your Facebook page while you're standing there in line after you've had a great conversation. And when you meet them online, engage with them. And then add them into your prospect, your Facebook network, your page that is now your prospect list. And then engage with those people. As many as you can do that every day. If you set a goal to do that, you're going to see results. So I hope this made some sense. And tomorrow, have a special day with your family. On Friday, I'll be back. I'll post something tomorrow. Yes, I will. But tomorrow, or rather on Friday, it's going to be Free Friday, and then you can hammer me with some questions. And I've had some questions that are like, "Wow, man, that's powerful," and just good questions. So I appreciate all of you doing that and reaching out. And thank you, Daniette. Daniette, here's an awesome lady from Michigan. She gets on these calls pretty regular, like many of you do. And but you know what, Daniette, I'm not going to guess her age, but I'd say she might be younger than me. But some might consider that to be an age that people are not inclined to learn social media and how to do Facebook and how to do Instagram or LinkedIn. But let me tell you something. Don't write off the baby boomers, friends. I'm going to tell you something. We have our generation is pretty strong. Yes, we are older. That's true. But you know what? We have a lot of contacts. We got more contacts than Generation Y, Generation Z, and certainly, and X, we'll just say. We'll include X with that. But I'm just saying, we got more contacts. We also have more resources. And we do use smartphones, okay? We do. A lot of them do. I read a Forbes article statistically giving you data that was unbelievable. You ought to, I don't know if you'd find, if you type in on Google, baby boomers, Forbes magazine, network marketing, read an interesting article on the statistics of baby boomers, and you're going to be very motivated to go after baby boomers. They have many advantages that these other generations do not have. And so having them part of your team is a very wise thing to do. Of course, they're going to go recruit their children who are Generation Ys, and then the Ys will go after what is that? Their kids who are the the Zs. I get lost in all the alphabet of generations. It's crazy, isn't it? So anyway, something to think about. I hope everyone. Hey, Maria. Maria is still with us from Australia, man. I don't know what time it is in Australia there, but and Mindy, nice to see you. Nice to enjoyed our conversation today. And Bernard, thanks you, all of you, for getting on this call. Everyone, have a wonderful day tomorrow with your families, and I'll see you on Friday. Have a wonderful night.